Hutch is a former U.S. assassin, once a deadly professional, now living as a regular man. To reconcile with his family after years of being distant, he decides to take them on a vacation to a place called Plummerville, a nostalgic theme park from his childhood. But before that, we see Hutch's life as it is, cold, routine, and isolated. He's always busy with work, but never forgets to text his wife Becca whenever he can. One night, after finishing a brutal fight with a group of thugs, Hutch receives a text from Becca asking if he'll come home. He replies that he will, though he'll be late. She tries to text back that they need to talk, but instead deletes the message, simply replying, "I love you." The next morning, as Becca and the kids get ready for the day, she reminds Hutch that summer is coming and they should plan something as a family. Hutch interrupts, saying he will, right after he finishes one last assignment. Frustrated, Becca leaves for work. Later, Hutch meets his handler, known only as the Barber, and reports on his previous mission. The job was supposed to be simple: steal a data drive from a gang, but things turned bloody fast. Hutch had to fight his way out using anything he could get his hands on. After retrieving the drive, he was ambushed by more armed men. Gunfire erupted, a gas tank exploded, and Hutch barely made it alive. When the Barber extracts the data, he tells Hutch the job earned $800,000, just a small piece of the $30 million debt Hutch owes the Russian mafia after burning their money years ago. The Barber offers him another job, but Hutch refuses, saying he needs a break. The Barber simply warns him, "Wherever you go, trouble follows." Days later, Hutch finds an old Plummerville theme park flyer and decides this is his chance to reconnect with his family. At home, he convinces everyone to go: his wife Becca, son Brady, daughter Sammy, and even his grandfather, Grandpa Christopher. They arrive at Plummerville, but things don't go as planned. The kids argue about sharing rooms, and the romantic spark between Hutch and Becca is quickly interrupted by their daughter calling them to the water park. But when they arrive, the park is closed due to an incident, and they're handed hot dog coupons as compensation. While eating, Hutch drifts into memories of his childhood, only to be caught awkwardly staring at the local sheriff. The two share a tense exchange before Hutch returns to his family's table. Later, at the arcade, he tries to talk to Brady about his black eye, but Brady brushes him off. Things escalate when Brady defends his sister from a local bully. The confrontation turns physical, forcing security to step in. As Hutch tries to calm things down, one of the guards hits Sammy. That's when Hutch snaps. He walks away, but then turns back, beats the guard senseless, and stops until his family calls his name. They're arrested but released shortly after. However, the town's sheriff warns Hutch to leave, as Wyatt, the father of the bully, claims to run this town. Hutch promises to make his son apologize, but urges Wyatt to check the security footage. What Hutch doesn't know is that the sheriff has already ordered his deputies to eliminate him. The next day, while out with his family, Hutch notices the deputies and their hired goons following him. To protect his family, he lies about having stomach problems and sends them on a duck boat ride, then faces the thugs alone. At first, he tries not to kill anyone, but when the fight turns brutal, Hutch fights back, using everything at hand. When the deputy cuts off his pinky finger, Hutch's calm vanishes. He goes all in, defeating the attackers and warning the deputy, "Tell your boss, I'm just here on vacation." Later, Hutch calls his brother Harry to ask about Plummerville. Harry reveals the town was once a major smuggling hub for weapons, drugs, and viruses, run by a ruthless woman named Ladina. We cut to Ladina, a cold, elegant casino owner who doesn't tolerate betrayal. When a man cheats at her table, she drives a knife through his hand and executes his accomplices, declaring, "No one messes with me." Back in town, Wyatt speaks with Ladina, who forces him to keep running shipments to pay off his late father's debt. But she cruelly reminds him the debt can never be paid. Meanwhile, Hutch, desperate for peace, confronts the sheriff and Wyatt at a warehouse. He pours gasoline on Ladina's money stash and threatens to burn it all unless they leave his family alone. The sheriff agrees, but when Wyatt's son Max begs for help, Hutch can't walk away. He returns, kills the thugs, and rescues Max, igniting the warehouse in flames. When Ladina learns what happened, she swears vengeance. Soon, she and her men march toward Plummerville to wipe out Hutch and everyone he loves. Hutch, Wyatt, Grandpa Christopher, and his brother Harry prepare for war. They transform the theme park into a deadly battleground. Booby traps, explosives, even a wolf on patrol. Becca, finding a rifle in the lodge, decides she won't just sit and wait. As the night falls, Ladina's army storms the park. Sheriff Abel tries to assert control, only to be killed by Ladina's men. Chaos erupts, traps explode, gunfire echoes, and Hutch fights like the assassin he once was. His father and brother join the fray, eliminating enemies one by one. When the dust settles, Ladina herself confronts Hutch. She slashes him repeatedly, swearing to destroy everything he loves. But just as she's about to strike the final blow, Becca appears, Hutch's better half, and shoots a dart straight into Ladina's eye. The park explodes behind them as Hutch, Becca, and Grandpa escape into the pool. The story comes full circle. Hutch, Becca, and the family sit calmly in an interrogation room, released after a mysterious phone call. Whatever happened in Plummerville is over. The final scene shows the family enjoying a quiet, peaceful moment together, finally making the memories Hutch always wanted.